Good day to you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We are looking at Psalm 114, and the name of this psalm, at least in my Bible, they give it a name. They call it God's Rescue of Israel from Egypt. It's a short psalm, and I'm just going to read that, and then maybe we'll just think about that for a minute. When Israel came out of Egypt, the house of Jacob from a people of strange language, Judah became his sanctuary, and Israel his dominion. The Red Sea looked and fled, the Jordan turned back. The mountains leaped like rams, the little hills like lambs. What ails you, O sea, that you flee? O Jordan, that you turn back? O mountains, that you leap like rams? O little hills like lambs? Tremble, O earth, at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the God of Jacob. They put in parentheses Israel, who turned the rock into a pool of water, the flint into a fountain of water. So here we're talking about when the Israelites were leaving Egypt and the things God did and the way the earth was at his command. Well, of course it was. It's his creation, and all of the earth is at God's command. It all exists due to his will. He stopped the Red Sea, he split the Red Sea. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that quite that way. He didn't really, he split the Red Sea for them. He, the Jordan turned back. He moved mountains and hills. He did whatever he needed to do. He made a way for them. And it says, tremble, O earth, at the presence of the Lord. Well, yes, tremble at the presence of our Creator, the one who created everything for us, who turned the rock into a pool of water. So it's just a recounting of all these things that God did for them on the way out of Israel I'm sorry, I'm misspoken. I'm sorry, out of Egypt and away from Egypt toward the promised land. So I'm not going into details about any of these things. I'm just asking that we take a moment and think and reflect on the power of our God. Just think a moment on the fact that he has created all these things, and so that when he says something, when he comes to them, when he comes to earth, everything obeys him. You remember Jesus, like the little fig tree, he just cursed it and it was done, That's just a small sampling of what God had already done in the Old Testament. So the power of God, that omnipotent power, is just that. It is great and wonderful and awe-inspiring power. And I don't know about you, but I just look sometimes at the sunsets and things, and I'm just struck with the beauty and the wonder of that. And then you think about the whole universe and everything, and the way everything is formed and created, and the way God made all that. And it's really humbling if you really get to thinking about the power of God as that's implied in this psalm. If you think about the power of God, and then start to think about what we do know. Now, there's things we know from God and from science in agreement now. Well, there's things we know. We know the universe is huge, tremendously huge, and we are just a little dot in the universe, and that's our planet. We're such a speck in the universe, each of us as a single being, that we wouldn't even show up. I'm not even sure if we would be counted as the size of an atom in the size of the universe, because we're not sure how big the universe is. There's so much to the scope and magnitude of everything that God has done. We're looking through like the Hubble telescope and seeing all these sites that are so far away. And the light, since the light does move, and it has passed from there to here, some of those things no longer exist because, light takes time to travel, and what we're seeing is what was. I know it's kind of strange, but it's true. It's true. And it's just awe-inspiring to think. And then God cares about us, cares about each one of us. We are His children. And He gave us all of this. He made all of this for us. It's very inspirational. It's very awe-inspiring to me to think about the sheer power and magnitude of what He's done. And then just the fact that He loves us and cares about us that much. So I want to thank you for listening. Hope you have a wonderful day. May God bless you and keep you. And remember, God loves you.